provide valuable insights on how to handle such situations with wisdom and grace. Let's summarize the 10 practical Stoic principles outlined in the video. 1. Keep your calm. Stoicism teaches us that our perception of events rather than the events themselves is what truly affects us. Epictetus, one of the prominent Stoic philosophers, emphasized that it's not external events, but our judgments about them that disturb us. When someone shows disrespect, it's crucial to remember this principle. Instead of allowing the disrespectful behavior to provoke an emotional reaction, we can choose to maintain our composure by recognizing that the disrespect reflects the other person's thoughts, feelings, and opinions, not our true worth or value. In practice, keeping calm in the face of disrespect involves cultivating emotional resilience and self-awareness. It requires mindfulness to recognize when we're starting to feel provoked and the ability to step back from the situation to assess it objectively. By reframing our perspective and understanding that we have control over our reactions, we can choose not to let disrespect disrupt our inner peace. 2. Reflect on yourself. Self-reflection is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed in the importance of examining our thoughts, actions, and values to cultivate wisdom and virtue. When confronted with disrespect, it's essential to engage in introspection and ask ourselves probing questions. Is there any truth in what the person said or did? Did our own behavior contribute to the situation? How can we respond in a manner consistent with our values and principles? Self-reflection allows us to gain insight into our own actions and motivations, enabling us to respond to disrespect with integrity and self-awareness. It helps us avoid knee-jerk reactions driven by ego or emotion, and instead choose a response rooted in rational judgment and moral virtue. 3. Learn to pause. The Stoics emphasized the importance of self-control and rationality in navigating life's challenges. When faced with disrespect, our natural inclination may be to react impulsively, driven by anger or frustration. However, Stoicism teaches us to resist these impulses and instead take a moment to pause and collect our thoughts. By pausing before responding, we give ourselves the opportunity to regain control over our emotions and consider the situation more calmly and objectively. This pause allows us to align our response with Stoic principles, promoting wise and measured action rather than impulsive reactivity. 4. Have empathy. Empathy lies at the heart of Stoic ethics, which emphasize the interconnectedness of humanity. When someone shows disrespect, Stoicism encourages us to seek understanding rather than succumbing to anger or resentment. By putting ourselves in the other person's shoes, we can gain insight into their perspective, motivations, and emotions. Empathy enables us to respond to disrespect with compassion and forgiveness, recognizing that the other person's behavior may stem from their own insecurities or struggles. It allows us to avoid taking the disrespect personally and instead respond with kindness and understanding. 5. Concentrate on virtue. Virtue, according to the Stoics, is the highest good and the foundation of a flourishing life. When confronted with disrespect, Stoicism teaches us to focus on cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, and temperance in our response. Rather than retaliating in kind or allowing ourselves to be consumed by negative emotions, we can choose to act in a manner that aligns with our moral principles. By prioritizing virtue in our response to disrespect, we uphold our dignity and integrity, regardless of the behavior of others. This commitment to moral excellence fosters inner strength and resilience, enabling us to navigate challenging situations with grace and integrity. 6. Embrace acceptance. Acceptance is a central tenet of Stoic philosophy, rooted in the recognition that much of life is beyond our control. When faced with disrespect, Stoicism teaches us to accept the situation as it is, rather than resisting or dwelling on it. By acknowledging that we cannot control the behavior of others, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and emotional turmoil. Acceptance does not imply passivity or resignation, but rather a willingness to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. By embracing acceptance, we cultivate inner peace and resilience, enabling us to respond to disrespect with equanimity and grace. 7. Use humor. Humor can be a powerful tool for coping with disrespect and diffusing tense situations. The Stoics recognize the value of humor in maintaining emotional balance and perspective. By responding to disrespect with wit or levity, we can disarm hostility and avoid escalating conflict. However, it's essential to use humor judiciously and with sensitivity, ensuring that it does not trivialize or dismiss the seriousness of the situation. When employed thoughtfully, humor can foster connection and understanding, transforming a potentially confrontational interaction into an opportunity for lightheartedness and mutual respect. 8. Set clear boundaries. Setting clear boundaries is an act of self-respect and self-care, essential for maintaining healthy relationships and preserving our well-being. When confronted with disrespect, Stoicism teaches us to assertively communicate our boundaries and expectations by clearly articulating what behavior is unacceptable and how we expect to be treated. We establish guidelines for respectful interaction. Setting boundaries helps us protect our dignity and self-respect, while also fostering mutual understanding and respect in our relationships. 9. Choose forgiveness. Forgiveness is a central theme in Stoic philosophy, emphasizing the importance of releasing resentment and cultivating inner peace. When someone shows disrespect, Stoicism encourages us to choose forgiveness as a means of freeing ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment. Forgiveness does not imply condoning or excusing the other person's behavior, but rather releasing the negative emotions that bind us to the past. By choosing forgiveness, we liberate ourselves from the cycle of bitterness and resentment, enabling us to move forward with compassion and clarity. Change your perspective. Perspective is a powerful tool for reframing our interpretation of events and cultivating resilience in the face of adversity. When confronted with disrespect, Stoicism encourages us to adopt a broader perspective, recognizing that most instances of disrespect are minor and temporary in the grand scheme of things. By shifting our focus from the immediate situation to our long-term goals and values, we can maintain perspective and avoid becoming consumed by negative emotions. Changing our perspective enables us to respond to disrespect with equanimity and wisdom, fostering personal growth and resilience in the process. In conclusion, the principles of Stoicism offer valuable insights and practical strategies for navigating disrespect with grace and wisdom. By cultivating emotional resilience, self-awareness, and moral virtue, we can respond to disrespect in a manner that upholds our dignity and integrity, fostering personal growth and inner peace in the process.